Shalom, family. Yes, welcome to the channel, guys. We are journeying with us, a family of seven. We are digital nomads here in Africa. We've been here in Africa for the past 4 years. We left in the midst of the pandemic 4 years ago, and it's been awesome ever since. So, in this video, I know you guys heard the sound beep, right? We're going to be talking about beep, and it's not time to back up like a truck. It's time to move forward and to really think about the future that's ahead of you and your family and the generation after you. So stay tuned to the end so we can explain what we just heard. So make sure you just keep moving forward into the sound of beep.
So BEEP stands for Black Educators Amplified Program. We are on client number 11 inside the program. And guess what? This is your official announcement and invitation for cohort 5 of 2025. Some phenomenal things have been happening. Our most recent cohort, cohort 4, had healthcare clients in it, a falls prevention specialist, a functional medicine expert. And then we also had a call on the agency side yesterday with an expert in the film writing and script industry who is actually putting together a package that is $3,500 for students who want to master creative writing so they can pitch their scripts for their films. Okay. And so there is so much that's going on with the shifts happening in the economy today. It is critical that we as a community use our expertise to care about the generations after us, meaning we can't pass down a 9 to 5, right? Last time I checked, we couldn't pass down a job that's at Verizon Wireless, right? Instead, we need to look at our expertise, especially if you're someone that is a teacher, a literacy expert, you're in healthcare, you're in dental hygiene, you're in therapy, you're in some type of expertise, and you've been working in your field for at least 5 to 10 years. You have expertise that is needed here on the continent and in Africa and across the world. It's time to stand up. Yes, you need to pause right now and realize where you are in business. We are going into 2025 in less than 60 days, and you cannot continue on another year without pausing to audit your business processes. If you already have an LLC or if you're a sole proprietor, you've done the first step towards starting your business. But if we are being honest, we both know that beyond that, you have not properly created your website copy, you have not properly come up with a 6 month content marketing calendar, and you have not actually come up with a corporate branding guide communications that you're going to need to pitch to get grants, to get funding, to come into African governments and partner with them. These are things that we have already been through and been doing these past 4 years. And right now, I want to tell you about a few clients that we've worked with recently because we have been so busy. Just yesterday, we had 3 different client calls. We were going over to debrief one of our agency clients, and she actually has a tax relief firm. We are going on multiple years of working together, and we went ahead and we drafted a large data and analytics report spanning before our time working together in 2022, spanning 2023, spanning 2024, to see how working together has changed her firm. And you know what? The results were mind blowing. I'm going to leave a blog down below. She received 808% increase in her firm. She's now able to invest in a video production studio to come in. She's hired 2 new sales team members, all from our work together. Now, this is just one client on the agency side. On the Black Educators Amplified side, we've been working with healthcare workers, okay? People that usually they're in healthcare, they're in the nitty gritty of it, and they're like, man, I need to expand this. I have a college degree, I have a lot of expertise, but there has to be a way to consult my clients in my own firm, owning my time, owning my resources, owning how I act as a practitioner in a leadership and authoritative role. This is what the Black Educators Amplified program is all about. 2 words: educators amplified, meaning we need to amplify the education that you can provide to clients. But before we do that, I need to talk to you about busting some myths and busting your beliefs, because your beliefs are going to, whether you acknowledge it or not, your beliefs about yourself, about the world around you, about your abilities, about your industry will shape what you're able to accomplish. Now, inside the program, we're on about week 6, 7 now. We're going into their launch, editing their website copy. And one of our clients, Vive, she was like, wow, this website copy is amazing. The way that you were able to properly articulate what I wanted to say. Okay. That is in itself mind blowing because what most people don't understand about a website, this piece of real estate, essentially, your digital real estate, is going to be your exit strategy in the future. Think 10, 15, 20 years down the line when you already have your business structured, you have repeatable revenue coming in, and you're able to create an extra exit strategy and either sell that business off for hundreds and thousands of multi-million dollars, or you pass that business down to your children and they get to come into the family business and establish that legacy further through their own eyes, their own expertise, their own personality. But if you let ChatGPT have its way and you don't care about your own personality, you don't care about your clients' personalities and what they need, you don't care about empathy driven communications and speaking to humans one to one, how will you ever get over the hurdle of trying to reach $50,000 in revenue, trying to reach $100,000 in revenue, trying to reach multi-million dollars in revenue? Our clients in the agency are multi seven figure, 8 figure earners. Okay. And we apply those same principles that we have strategized on and worked with in corporate America and 221 different businesses over the span of 8 years inside this program for one reason. We believe that the African American community and the African diaspora as a whole are exceedingly talented beyond their wildest beliefs. And I'm not just saying that. I believe it because I know it. Because when you deal with microaggressions at work, when you deal with workplace racism and this pressure, you automatically have to compete and to work at a higher level than the people around you. And when you work at that higher level, instead of using it all for that corporation, we believe it's time you use it for yourself and for your community because it does no good if you leave that type of mindset with corporate America and then your community doesn't get to be involved in it and to benefit from it. So it's time to take back your expertise, time to take back your passions, take back your work history. Okay. On the call we did yesterday, it was so interesting. This client was talking about how she used to use ChatGPT and she could not figure out how to get the business to work. She had high open rates, but nobody was interested. They would just reply to the emails and they would say, just kind of asking random questions, but they weren't really interested in her program. And so I asked her, do you have a sales page? What does your website copy look like? And I asked her to pull up the emails that she's been writing. And we found the core issue of her messaging was that she was talking at the audience, throwing things at them, and she wasn't using storytelling to pull them in. This is why we have something in corporate marketing called attraction marketing. We don't chase clients. Instead, we attract ideal clients and we repel the wrong ones. This is the mindset you have to have. And so if you're listening to this and you're like, this is phenomenal, this is amazing, let me walk you through a few core beliefs that you need to have to be successful in your education consulting firm. Number one, you have to value long term relationships. That means in your consulting business, when you work with a consultant, you must value long term relationship building. You must value networking through relationship building. You must value client relations. We always, for the past 8 going on 9 years, preference client relations, one to one client relations versus what it looks like on the outside or the fleeting vanity metrics, as we call it on social media, of likes and views and all of these things. Instead, the key performance indicators, the KPIs that you need to be looking at are website traffic, profile visits, conversions, and revenue. These are the KPIs that matter. Okay. So that is in the boat of understanding long term client relationships and long term relationships as a whole, because you get what you put in. For example, if you say that you want people after you start your education consulting business, you would love it if your clients leave you these raving testimonials. If you don't also leave testimonials for the businesses that you have worked with, whether it's a bakery, a small mom and pop shop, whatever it is, if you don't also practice that, then you'll be a hypocrite and you won't be able to attract that in your business. Okay. Belief number two, you have to understand business writing is not optional. I'm going to say that again. Business writing is not optional. Whether you consider yourself a writer or not, without communicating your value properly, people won't know why they should work with you. And if you're just going to bring up a bunch of accolades and say, well, I have a master's and a PhD and I have this and I have that, and that's why you should work with me, you're probably already being met with a resistance that people are like, yeah, they're telling you, yeah, I would definitely buy that. And then they don't follow through. The reason is because you didn't give them a reason. You didn't preference communications and writing, storytelling, empathy driven communications to where we talk about the emotions your client experiences before working with you and after. So, right now, you're inquisitive, you're hopeful, but you're also overwhelmed and stressed at the thought that your business may not take off in 2025, or that you'll have to spend another year or two on YouTube University. There's resistance right now between your higher self and the self that you're in right now that's like, man, I know I need to listen to this. I know I have to be serious about marketing. I know I have to get serious about sales, finance, and my business, self control, all of these things. But you're meeting resistance, right? That's an example of me meeting you where you are, not caring about my own accolades and what I've accomplished, but wanting to truly meet you where you are and understand your plight. Okay. Next, the next belief that you have to break is, who do I need to become a well paid consultant? What you believe about yourself will become your reality. And so, if you believe that you are not an expert, even though we know you have 5 to 10 years of expertise, you have college degrees, and you have client testimonials as proof that you're an expert, you have case studies galore that prove that you're an expert. But if you're still telling yourself, I'm not an expert, I'm just somebody that only deserves to work in corporate America, then you're never going to be outside of that realm of corporate America, and your peers will be outside, and people that are in other communities and they're less educated than you and less able to accomplish what you've been able to accomplish. Those people will continue to run their businesses, and you'll be like, man, I have something really good, why did I never start on it? Something about me, I never want to say when I turn 70, 80, 90 years old, I never want to say that I look back on my life with regret at what could have been. I never want to say, man, I wish I would have started that business. I wish I just would have betted on myself. And further than betting on myself, being in business is betting on my community and understanding, yes, I'm the one in the business, but the reality is my business is just a vessel to serve my community and distribute the intellectual property that my community needs to expand and move on. Because I understand that if I don't do that and package my intellectual property the way we have today, then you wouldn't be here to get this information if I didn't do the work. So you have to be willing to do the work. If you're someone that's sitting right now and you're like, man, I just kind of want to halfway chat GPT my website, then chat GPT a few emails, then maybe I'll write 2 or 3 good ones. You're going to have some resistance in your marketing communications. Clients are going to pick up on that. And the result, the symptom that you're going to see in the physical is people will inquire and not follow through. People will say, oh, you're doing good, that's great, that's nice, but they won't buy from you. When you have interest without conversions, that means people like the idea, but the trust is broken. And when the trust is broken, it is only your job as the CEO. You have to take accountability. It's only your job, no one else's job. You are the founder of this business. It is only your job to meet people where they are at, tell them the stories they need to hear, communicate with them, have empathy, ask inquisitive questions to understand their plight so that you can properly articulate yourself. Now, this is what we do during weeks 1 and 2 of Black Educators Amplified with the 20 question framework. The 20 question framework is foundational to everything that we do together and everything that you will do 5 to 10 years later. And so, if you take it serious, you're going to expand the way we have and go far beyond us. But if you don't take it serious and you don't value your own communication in your own community and see people inside of your community and understand that you need to be top tier, you can't want top tier but not embody top tier, right? Doesn't that make sense? Like, you cannot want top tier clients, but you're not willing to embody what you want clients to do. You have to be the embodiment of that. That means frequency, consistency, strategic communications. That means I will show up even if I don't feel like it. I will write blogs, or I will invest in someone to write blogs. I will go on video, or I will invest in someone to edit my videos for me. I will write my website or invest in someone to do my website, even when I don't feel like it, because feelings are temporary, right? Or feelings are temporarily. But the legacy that's going to stand is how consistent, loyal, and gifted and talented you are in your community. And we can measure that by your community. What have you done for your people? Is your legacy going to be, wow, you serve this community, you serve these people, you serve this list of clients, you changed the way that high school students viewed themselves, you changed the finance industry, you changed the functional medicine industry, you changed the mental health therapy industry, you changed the marketing industry? Or is it going to be, man, they were gifted, they were talented, they had all the accolades, but they were not willing to do the work to distribute it to the community. So I leave you with that. And I invite you to learn more about Black Educators Amplified down below. Enrollment is officially open. You can either schedule an enrollment call or view the enrollment sales page and get your slot right away so that we will begin on January 19th and get you to own your time, own your resources, and position yourself as an industry expert. Talk soon.